Welcome to Inside Electrical, the podcast powered by the IBA. This is where members and suppliers come together to share ideas, insights and experiences from across the electrical industry. In each episode, we'll go behind the scenes of our sector, exploring the innovations, challenges and opportunities that keep it moving forward. Let's get started.
Hi Georgia, nice to meet you again.
Hello Matthew.
You alright?
Lovely to meet you again
Gareth,
too.
nice to be here with you as well.
Yeah, you guys too.
So I believe you're talking about the three-phase board today.
Absolutely, all singing, all dancing does the washing up if you speak to it nice enough. So yes, I don't think we've been quiet about this one. I think I first heard about Elucian three-phase maybe 3-4 years ago. But yes, it's the new kid on the block. I don't think you'll be surprised with the features and benefits that it's been designed by electricians rather than product managers.
Okay.
So I think a contractor made a very, very, very good point to me the other day, and it's almost like Skolmore have taken lots of little problems and, well, one big solution.
Okay, yeah. So what kind of problems do you see this product overcoming then that contractors might face, our customers might face?
Perfect. I'm glad you asked. So I think at the moment, spaces are getting smaller and boards are getting bigger. Yeah. So with every regulation changes, we've seen the introduction of surge protection, we've seen the introduction of AFDDs, and now that there's a big focus on metering, there is more to fit in a board. And we've all seen the store cupboards, we've all seen the meter cupboards outside. So yeah, that's kind of where we're sitting at the moment. It's a very compact board.
Okay.
Don't know whether you can see here. So it's the only 125 amp board on the market that you can fit both surge and metering in. So every single board comes with an 8-mod DIN rail. So with a lot of manufacturers out there, you can either fit surge or metering. It's not very often you can fit both.
Okay.
So a lot of the time that kind of eradicates the need for an extension box.
Yeah.
So again, you've got the time that it takes to mount the extension box. You've got the space that it takes up. Then you've also got the cost.
Absolutely.
I've mentioned surge and metering there, but it's not, it's not just surge and metering. You can put contactors in there, timers, RCDs. But the idea is it kind of tries to keep it a bit more compact.
Yeah,
okay.
The complete range really, and so
Yeah.
inside the one board. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So another good feature to the board as well is that it's 125 amp as well as 250 amp on the 8-way and above.
Okay.
So there's another manufacturer that can do that, but you need an extension box if you go to 250, whereas ours is integral and sits within the board. So again, it's just kind of keeping to that compact solution.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's you can go to a 250 amp just literally by changing the incomer that you...
Literally just by changing the incomer, yeah. So if the contractor needs to upgrade the power at a later date rather than fitting a brand new board, it would just be a case of swapping out the incomer.
Yeah, that's a great feature, yeah, definitely. And I see you've got extra terminals up at the top here. What's the thought behind that?
So that is a tap-off kit, which can be used for several different purposes. So the board is stackable. So
Okay.
if the contractor needed to increase the ways at a later date, you can tap off the top of the buzz bar and essentially fit an extension box with 18 single mod ways. So they're for future proofing, but it's also, if it's a 4 or a 6 way, you can also fit the surge there as well. So it's got multi-uses.
And that comes as standard on the board?
Comes as standard, yes. There's no extra tap-off kits that you need to purchase to access that.
Excellent.
We've also, another good selling feature of the Elucian board, we've got a single mod 10K AFDD, which you'll probably find a lot of the leading manufacturers don't have an offer yet. It's still double mod.
Yeah.
So again, if you did need AFDDs in a commercial setting, say for instance, I don't know, a care home or the landlord's boards on a high-rise building. So yeah, if you were to go for a 10K double mod, then obviously you'd have to either have an adapted board or a separate enclosure.
You fit in a larger board.
Yeah, hardwire it in, yeah. So the fact that we've got a single mod offer that sits on the buzz bar is, again, keeping in line with the compact solution.
Yeah.
Going back to what you said before, you mentioned obviously a lot of contractor feedback. Once you'd created the board, did you then get them back in to go through it again with them and then make any changes after that, after the second lot of feedback?
There's been several changes to the board before it was actually released. So yeah, we had samples, then we got the contractors back in. Obviously took on board the feedback, and all I will say is we're not stopping there. And I think we're in a really good position at the moment that we can make changes quite quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a customer focused product.
So how would you say that Skolmore are committing to making Elucian such a big success, or hopefully such a big success in what's a potentially challenging part of the market at the moment?
Okay, so interesting question. So all I will say is the investment that has already gone into this is absolutely obscene.
Yeah.
And I mean obscene. I am part of a brand new team. So we now have a dedicated team that is solely focusing on single phase and 3-phase.
Mm-hmm.
And all I would say is if anybody's looking for a bit of a career change, just keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, I'm happy to point out any features that you want to talk about.
The meter, but it's not exclusive to us because there's going to be a big focus on metering going forward. There's changes coming to Part L, I think it is. So we're going to see a massive increase in meters.
How many meters do you do currently for the board?
So there's two different meter kits, 125 amp and 250. They're exactly the same meter. They just come with different CTs. But the meters are MID approved as standard, so can legally be used for billing purposes.
Okay, yeah.
They're also dual channel meter as well. So our lighting and power boards, rather than having a separate meter per base pan assembly, you've got one meter that essentially does the whole board.
Yeah.
So the good thing with that, you'll have two separate readers than a total reader. So yeah, another thing with the surge as well, some of the other smaller manufacturers aren't doing type 1 surge, whereas yes, type 2 is okay for majority of cases, but there are certain applications where a type 1 is required. So again,
you can cover both of them. Yeah.
We cover both, type 1 as well as type 2. You don't need an MCB to back it up as well, which obviously saves you away in the board.
Yeah,
that's straight into the main switch.
Either straight into the main switch or the top of the bus bar.
Yeah.
Another thing as well, you've got dual stack terminals here as well. So if somebody needed a clean earth, say for instance they're working in a hospital, they could pop an extra earth bar in there. Or if it's getting a bit snug in the neutral bar, you could pop an extra neutral bar in there. So again, there's been a massive focus on the cable space in the board.
Yeah.
Another good feature as well, which some of the leading manufacturers haven't kind of followed suit with, all the 10K RCBOs are miniature as standard.
Okay.
So here you can see that we've got an AFDD, which is obviously tool style. Unfortunately, I've not got an RCBO in the board, but they're exactly the same size as the domestic ones, which again just increases.
So MCB sized.
Yeah, pretty much, just a couple of millimeters longer. But yeah, you've got there's some really nice features in the board. So there's a big focus on aesthetics at the moment.
Yeah.
So we've all seen the shift for single phase. Before it used to be a clunky board. Now everybody wants it looking sexy.
Yeah.
So we've also incorporated these cable tie points down here.
Yeah.
So if contractors that use sticky pads and that obviously come off after time, then they could just cable tie.
So you built that right into the board.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think going back to when you've taken contractors' feedback on board, the grommet strip that you see in the top of the board is a lot better than manufacturers normally provide with it. It sticks in the board a lot better. It's the one the contractors seem to like to use as well. So
I'm glad you brought that up. Do you know where the idea came from? The automotive industry.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Car doors.
Panels,
Yeah, car doors. How brilliant is that?
Yeah.
So we have just had it approved as well that all boards from a certain date will have the Unicrimp grommet strip included. So yeah, with a steel spine.
So taking advantage of the Skolmore family there.
Absolutely. We're trying to take over the world one brand at a time at the moment. So yeah, just watch this space. That's all I will say.
Excellent.
One of the great feature that is exclusive to Skolmore, which won't do a demo now, but the door is also reversible, so it can open both ways.
Okay.
I mean, I've been to site and I've seen boards on their side, boards upside down, which, as you guys know, invalidate the warranty.
Yeah.
So yeah, Skolmore have got the quick release doors, which.
Yeah, that's a very helpful feature, I would have thought, especially with what we touched on earlier about space being a premium at times.
Yeah.
People have got to shoehorn these boards into
absolutely.
spaces.
Just the versatility of the board in general.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Why has nobody thought of that before?
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, Georgia, for taking us through that.
Thank
That's
you.
really insightful and good to see Skolmore innovating as always.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks.
Cheers.